The legend of Resurrection Mary is one of the most well-known ghost stories in the Chicago area, and it's been around since the 1930s. It begins with a young woman, usually described as beautiful, with blonde hair, blue eyes, and wearing a white dress. According to the most popular version of the story, Mary went dancing one night at a ballroom not far from her home. Some say she got into an argument or simply left early. Either way, she decided to walk home alone along Archer Avenue, a long stretch of road that passes through the quiet suburbs. That night, Mary was hit by a car and killed. The driver either didn't stop or couldn't save her. Her body was later buried in a Resurrection Cemetery, a large and peaceful burial ground in the town of Justice, just southwest of Chicago. The name of the cemetery gave the ghost her nickname, Resurrection Mary. But her story didn't end there. Not long after her death, people started reporting strange encounters along Archer Avenue. Drivers claimed they saw a girl in a white dress walking on the side of the road. Sometimes she would flag them down and ask for a ride. Others said they picked her up and had a short conversation until she asked to be dropped off at Resurrection Cemetery. Once they got there, she would vanish into thin air. These reports kept coming in, year after year. Locals began to believe that Mary's spirit had never found peace, and that she was still trying to make it home from the night she died. Over time, the story of Resurrection Mary became one of Chicago's most famous ghost legends, told and retold by generations. Most of the stories about Resurrection Mary center around a specific stretch of Archer Avenue in Justice, Illinois. This road passes right by Resurrection Cemetery, the place where Mary is believed to be buried. Archer Avenue is more than just a road. It's the heart of the legend. Over the years, many drivers have reported picking up a young woman who looks pale, quiet, and dressed in a white party dress. She usually asks to be taken along Archer Avenue, sometimes even pointing toward the cemetery. One of the most commonly mentioned places connected to Mary is the old Willowbrook Ballroom, formerly known as the O. Henry Ballroom, located not far from Resurrection Cemetery. This ballroom was a popular dance spot during the 1930s and 1940s. Many versions of Mary's story say that she had gone dancing here the night she died. Witnesses claim she sometimes appears there, gliding alone across the dance floor, or waiting outside to ask for a ride. The ballroom burned down in 2016, but it remains a big part of her legend. The cemetery gates themselves are part of one of the most chilling stories. In the late 1970s, a driver claimed to have seen Mary run toward the cemetery gates and disappear. The next day, people found what looked like burned handprints on the cemetery's iron bars. Though the cemetery officials later said the marks were caused by natural wear and tear, many believe it was a ghostly sign left by Mary herself. Other sightings happen along Archer Avenue itself. Drivers have claimed they almost hit a woman in white who suddenly appears in front of their car, only to vanish before impact. Some pull over thinking they really did hit someone, but there's never a body. Some drivers even report her getting into their car, staying quiet for most of the ride, then disappearing when they reach the cemetery. In each of these sightings, Mary always seems peaceful, almost lost. She never threatens anyone. Instead, she's often described as sad, polite, and quiet, like someone just trying to get home. Over the decades, specific reports of Resurrection Mary encounters have stood out, helping shape her legend. One of the earliest and most widely publicized sightings came in the year 1939. A man named Jerry Paulus claimed he met a young woman at the O. Henry Ballroom in Willow Springs. He danced with her all evening, described her as quiet and cold to the touch, and even offered her a ride home. She asked to be dropped off near Resurrection Cemetery. As he walked her toward the gate, she suddenly disappeared. In the early 1970s, a cab driver said he picked up a girl near a lounge on Archer Avenue. She asked to go down Archer and directed him to Resurrection Cemetery. Before he could turn into the gates, she vanished from the back seat. The man was so shaken that he went to the police, but there was no way to prove what he saw. In another report from the year 1976, a man driving past the cemetery claimed to see a young woman behind the cemetery gate with her hands gripping the bars. He called the police, thinking someone was trapped inside. When officers arrived, they found no one there, but two of the gate's metal bars appeared scorched and bent, as if something had been holding on to them with extreme force. Those gates were eventually replaced, but the story made the news and added a chilling detail to Mary's growing legend. There have also been dozens of reports from the 1980s and 1990s of drivers seeing a girl dart in front of their cars near the cemetery entrance. Many believed they had struck someone, only to find no body, no damage, and no evidence when they stopped. Each of these sightings was different in the details, but similar in feeling. Witnesses described a sense of cold, unease, and confusion, followed by disbelief once they realized the girl they encountered wasn't truly there. Over time, Resurrection Mary has become more than just a ghost story. She has become a central figure in Illinois folklore. Her legend has been passed down through generations, blending personal experiences with local culture. While the core story remains rooted in a young woman's tragic death and continued presence on Archer Avenue, the folklore surrounding her has expanded to include deeper symbolic meanings. In local tradition, Mary is often seen as a symbol of lost innocence and unfulfilled dreams. Some view her as a cautionary tale, warning of the dangers of reckless driving or the emotional pain tied to unspoken goodbyes. She has also been portrayed in books, documentaries, and television specials about haunted America, where she is regularly listed among the most credible and enduring ghost stories in the United States. Unlike many urban legends, Resurrection Mary's story has been fueled by real people sharing similar experiences across several decades. These sightings, often from credible witnesses like police officers, cab drivers, and business owners, have helped the story retain its believability. The consistency of her appearance, always young, blonde, dressed in white, and her strong connection to a specific location set her apart from more generalized ghost tales. Local businesses, especially those near Archer Avenue, have embraced the legend. Some bars and restaurants display newspaper clippings or framed letters from witnesses who believe they saw Mary. The story has drawn tourists, ghost hunters, and curiosity seekers from across the country, especially during the fall season when ghost tours of the area are popular. Despite years of speculation, there's never been a confirmed identity for Resurrection Mary. No historical record has been proven to match the story exactly. That uncertainty has kept the legend alive, allowing people to project their own interpretations onto the mystery. To this day, the gates of Resurrection Cemetery and the stretch of Archer Avenue leading to it continue to attract visitors, hoping to catch a glimpse of the girl in white. Whether ghost, spirit, or story, Resurrection Mary remains one of the most famous and mysterious figures in American paranormal history.